Everyone, part two here, or video two, of spreadsheet selections. My name is Michael. I'm going to walk you through our college football sheet. I just got done kind of fine tuning here for the upcoming season. What I did is actually had AI help me build some new stuff into here. Some new columns we're tracking now, and actually back tested the data, and it's looking pretty good. So kind of a little snapshot of what we do, how we do things. So basically we import the day's games against the live market odds. And then we have columns and formulas here that links all those up and puts them in place, right? Simple stuff. Then we have about, I think, 60 different columns in college football tracking the similar stuff we do in other sports. So different rank categories. Let me jump down here, we have different money line categories. Opponent ranks. We put them into groupings. We put them into certain spread tiers, total tiers, all kinds of stuff. You can see the formula bar at the top is calculating, subsets of formulas inside of this spreadsheet. So it's truly massive as far as what's going on behind the scenes here, tracking all this data. And what we do is we upload this into AI. We train the model to look for certain combinations of these filters that produces the most profit per different bet types. So money line against the spread, total over, total under, team total over, and team total unders. What I'm doing now is tracking in the CFB matrix down here all of the system strings, I call them, that we have found to be very profitable throughout the season. So we have a couple super sharp ones here, maybe a 15 game sample size that was out of a, let's say, 200 game sample size. So maybe adding on one more filter took it from a 60% 100 plus game sample size down to a 13 and 2, really targeted sharp system. So we had these systems in place, and again we run it through AI and say, hey, here's the day's games, here's the day's markets, live odds, figure out what is the best combination of filters. So then I also have a daily dashboard here, same thing as my other sports. Now just going back through the other night, just looking through how this would have done against last season. So you can see here a random 9-6 Saturday. We can see there were 510 wins and 351 losses across all of our 150 different systems. So obviously some are going to be on multiples. But then we basically, again, run this through AI and say, all right, pick out the five best. And you can see it's just massive here as far as the output and the just how this data is really fine-tuned and being able to fill out and figure out the combinations of filters to produce profit. So let's just randomly here pick another Saturday. Let's go to the 13th and see how this one did. Again, I'm riding blind here. And if you look back through and fact check it, this was what, Iowa State 9-6 would have been a push against the spread. I think it was -3 that day, to be honest. So yeah, it's live and well. So once this formula bar again calculates totally here, we'll see how 9-13 did. Again, it's going through thousands and thousands of lines of data to again give us what we need to see and make us, the most confident, I guess, bet based upon what is active in that moment. This isn't really like a static, how do teams do if they lost the last 3 Tuesdays in a row and, they were dogs and the quarterback had a, broken finger. It's none of that. It's live in the moment statistics. So it's how our teams are doing in the moment. Did they just have a huge upset? Did they just how are their rankings doing? Are they jumping up? Are they playing against really tough teams all season, but they're able to keep up with certain teams, based upon the other teams they played. Their ranks might be a little bit different, but we're shining light on that. Here's another one. All right, pretty even there, but we can see still not bad. Anytime it's a 50% day, it's a good day in sports betting. So all kinds of stuff we're getting into here with, this is just college football, for example. I will do a NFL one here later on. But yeah, I mean, this is just some really cool stuff. And if I go ahead and let's just see if I can find a a system here. Obviously, we will fact check AI. This is how I do it. I copy in the same system string that AI is telling me it was a profitable system. I copy it in myself just to double check the math, make sure the numbers add up down to the unit, down to the decimal, and they are. So this one, for example, if you're looking to do maybe some money lines, some money line favorites, minus 10, minus 13s or so, average line here of minus 12 or so, and this one's 39-3 on the season last year. So beautiful system to add in one team into a parlay or something like that. The spread's even, not bad, and this one is leaning towards the over. We can see here the over bet is slightly profitable, but you can see there's an entire snapshot of this entire system string all in one view. So we have the money line profit column here. Everything's based upon a risk 1 unit. Same with the spreads, obviously usually minus 110 odds. Same with the game totals. This has just been so fun to use AI in this manner, and I've been doing this for years behind the scenes, kind of all manually. So it's been really fun to be able to automate this in a certain way. And I'm finding things I never would have found by just manually coming across things. Here's a perfect 26-0. Again, average line sitting around minus 17. That's a little steep. But, I mean, the spread here is hitting 19-7 across this one singular system. So sure, I mean they're giving a lot of points for a reason, but then they're also still crushing that line. It's just been really fun. So I hope you guys follow along. Feel free to ask questions. I'm very open about what I do, and welcome to Spreadsheet Selections.